Khamzat Chimaev, an undefeated, relentless force of nature, was finally facing his ultimate test. His opponent, Kamaru Usman, the former pound-for-pound king, a man who'd only been taken down once in his entire UFC career. And he was stepping up a weight class on just 10 days' notice to fight the one monster everyone else was trying to avoid. What we got was a clash of eras, a battle of wills that pushed both men to their absolute limits. Let's break down how Chimaev did what so many thought was truly impossible, and what this fight tells us about both of these legends. Section 1. The impossible task. The hype leading into UFC 294 was just electric. It wasn't just another fight, it was a question. Could the unstoppable force finally be stopped by a truly immovable object? See, Kamaru Usman wasn't just some former champ. He was the Nigerian nightmare, a fighter whose reign was built on suffocating pressure, and most importantly, an almost impenetrable wrestling defense. Before this fight, Usman had one of the highest takedown defense percentages in UFC history. The very idea of taking him down, let alone controlling him on the mat, just seemed absurd. For Chimaev, this was his moment of truth. His rise through the ranks was nothing short of meteoric, a blur of first-round finishes and pure, terrifying dominance. But that big question mark always hovered over him. Could he do it against the absolute best of the best? Could his unique brand of wrestling, sharpened in Sweden and Chechnya, actually work against the man who had shut down every decorated wrestler he'd ever fought? And to add another layer of drama, Usman was moving up to middleweight for the first time in the UFC, all on incredibly short notice after Paulo Costa pulled out. The stage was set. Could Chimaev solve the puzzle that was Kamaru Usman? Section 2. Round 1. A 10-8 mauling. Well, the answer came terrifyingly fast. Right from the opening bell, Chimaev wasted zero time. He stormed across the cage, closed the distance, and within moments he'd done the impossible. He put Kamaru Usman on his back. But he didn't just take him down, he completely overwhelmed him. That first round was one of the most dominant we've seen in a long time, and a clear 10-8 on two of the three judges' scorecards. Chimaev's aggressive chain wrestling was just suffocating. He got Usman to the mat and immediately established that crushing top control he's famous for. We even saw him lock in the Dagestani handcuff, that brutal technique where you trap one of your opponent's arms, leaving them completely defenseless for a storm of ground and pound. Chimaev was constantly transitioning, threatening with chokes, and just draining Usman's will in his gas tank. It wasn't just a winning round, it was a statement. He was proving that his grappling is on another level entirely, even against a legend like Usman. Section 3. The heart of a champion. Just when it looked like this was going to be a total blowout, the story shifted. The second and third rounds showed us a different but equally important truth. You can never, ever count out the heart of a champion. Despite the short notice, the new weight class, and that brutal first round, Usman didn't break. He dug deep, and he started to find his rhythm. His crisp, technical boxing started to find a home, and he began forcing Chimaev into a stand-up fight. Usman's resilience was just incredible. He started stuffing Chimaev's later takedown attempts and showed us flashes of the champion that ruled the welterweight division for so long. He turned up the heat, making those last two rounds razor close and reminding everyone why he's one of the greats. In his post-fight interview, Usman even wondered what might have happened with a couple more rounds, which tells you everything about how he felt the momentum shifting. While Chimaev got the win by majority decision, Usman's performance in the face of all that adversity might have actually boosted his legacy. He lost the fight, but he proved his spirit is unbreakable. Thoughtful, this was such a tough fight to score. You have the absolute dominance from Chimaev in the first, but the last two rounds were incredibly competitive. How did you score it? Let me know down in the comments. So what's the big takeaway from this epic clash? We learned that Khamzat Chimaev is the real deal. He faced his toughest test, proved his grappling is a nightmare for anyone in the world, and earned what was promised to be a shot at the title. We also got a powerful reminder of Kamaru Usman's toughness. Even on short notice, a weight class up, and after a disastrous start, he battled back to make it a war. This fight was the perfect storm, a rising monster meeting a pound-for-pound king in a battle that delivered on every promise. It was brutal, it was technical, and it was a dramatic fight that will be remembered as a pivotal moment for both men, maybe even a passing of the torch, all sealed by Chimaev doing the impossible.